Hello soulmates, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we'll be recreating this bag by the right. It is a fabric bag, so that is why we'll be recreating it. As you can see, the outcome, it looks so beautiful, so nice, so beautiful. That's all I can say about this bag. It looks so nice and it is easy to make. Trust me, it is easy to make. So if this is something you're interested in, please keep watching, like this video, comment, share, subscribe, and click on the bell icon to get notified whenever I drop videos like this. So without wasting much time, let's just get right into the video. Welcome back soulmate. So these are the fabric we've been using. This is the crepe, this is the trimmies. If you're working on a budget, you can get a cheap trimmies, but if you can afford a better one like this black one, you can just get something like this. So you'll be needing a zip. This is a jean zip. If you have any zip that has a golden or a silver teeth, it is also nice. So this is a soft stay and this is the hard stay. For the fabric, I'm using the same fabric for the body and for the inner, and this is a crepe fabric. I'm using a crepe because I want the bag to be of quality. So if you're working on a budget, you can just use a satin fabric. A doll face or a shiny face will be okay. So this is the fabric. I opened one, which is the lining, and the other one I've not opened it yet, but I will still open up the other one. So this is the measurement. So this is the measurement. I'll be putting the measurement on the screen. I later reduced the length of my bag because it was looking too big when I joined it. So the actual measurement I use will be the one on the screen. Please follow the measurement on the screen. I later reduced the length of the bag. That is why I'm telling you to use the measurement I'm putting on the screen. So that's just the only measurement I changed, the length. So now after you are done, you cut a square fabric at first. Then you go in 3/4 inches at both sides, then you just slant it towards the edge of your bag. You slant it towards the edge just like this. So after you are done, you just go ahead and cut that out. So now I'm trying to take the measurement of what I have here and what I have there. Like I said, the measurement will be on the screen. Just follow the measurement on the screen. So these are my handle. These are the handles. So this is 3 inches wide, and the length I used 11 inches. So I used 11 inches by 3. So that was the final measurement I used. So now you go ahead and you add your stay to the fabric. So this, I'll be adding this thick one to the body, and to the inner, which is the lining, I'm adding this soft one, and to the handle also I'm adding this soft one to the handle. So after you are done, this is what mine looks like. This is what it looks like I said, I will be opening up the lower part now. So just cut it open just like this. So after cutting it open, the next thing to do is to fix the zip. You fix the zip in such a way that only the teeth will be showing. So I'll be sewing it with 1/2 inch. I'll place the zip at first like this. Make sure the zip is at the midpoint. That is, any excess you want to have, let it be equal on both sides. Then you go ahead and fix. So after fixing, this is what it should look like. Then after you are done, it's time to add the lining. So we'll be adding the lining to it. You just sew it in such a way that it will cover up the joining allowance, so only the teeth will be showing both on the right side and on the wrong side. Just watch what I'm doing, you will understand. So you go ahead and sew, you flip it over like that. So after I was done, this is what it looks like. As you can see, the lining part, and this is the right side. So this is what it looks like. Make sure your zip is opening freely so you don't have any issue when you're done. So I'll top stitch right here. I'll top stitch, and after top stitching, this is what it looks like, and it is looking beautiful already. So now it's time to join the sides. So we'll be starting with the body. So you go ahead and join the body with just 1/2 inch from the top all through. So after joining it all through, The next thing to do is at the edge of this lower part, you fold it in such a way that it will look like a triangle. You see what I'm doing? You fold it like this. Then after folding it like this, you place your tape rule in such a way that when you place this tape rule, you should be able to get about 2.5 or 3 inches. So I use 3 inches. Then after you've gotten that, just mark, use your pen to mark it so that you can follow the line when you are sewing. Use your pen to mark it. Then you do the same thing too for the other side. You do the same thing too for the other side. You fold it in such a way that when you place your tape rule like this, it should be about 2.5 to 3 inches. So then you use your biro to mark it so that when you are sewing, it does not bend. Yeah, it does not bend. So you go ahead and sew, and after sewing, you go ahead and just trim it off because it will be too much. So you go ahead and trim it off just like this. So that is what will give us the base at the lower part. So now the next thing I will be doing is to sew the lining. So you go ahead and sew the lining. Just sew it all. You sew it by the side. You sew it by the side. You leave the opening at this end so that you will use that opening to turn it just like this. So you go ahead and you turn your bag neatly and nicely. So after turning it, this is what we have. So you can go ahead and just iron the side, like just give it a shape, the shape you want. Just iron it. Make sure the upper part here is smaller. Like the wideness at the upper part is smaller than that at the lower part. So now you zip up your bag just like this. Then you just fold in such a way that you are having a pointed edge towards the side. Just look at what I'm doing, you will understand. So this is where we'll be attaching our handle to. As you can see, the bag is coming out nicely already and I'm so happy. So this is the handle. I went ahead to add my stay. So I have 11 inches by 3. So I'll go ahead and sew with just quarter inch. I will sew in such a way that there will be opening at this part. As you can see how I sew this. So you go ahead and you just turn this. After turning it, this is what I have. You know our handle has to be thick, so I'll be cutting about 1 inch long, 1 inch wideness of this thick paper stick, this thick breast pad. I'm just cutting it. I'll cut it like this. So I just want to add it to the handle. As you can see, it will not get to the end and the beginning of the handle. It will just be like something in between. You can just leave like 2 inches space at both end, or 1.5 inch at both ends. So you just go ahead and press it, like just iron it down just for it to stay. Then after ironing it down, you place the both handle on each other. Then you sew at the tip. Make sure the white stuff is not showing by the side. Make sure it is not showing. So after you are done sewing, that is when we will now fix it to the bag handle. So I'll go ahead and sew that very soon. So you go ahead and now fix it to this handle. So make sure it is nicely placed. It is nicely placed. Then you go ahead and you join this together. Join is like quarter inches at the tip, and when you are joining, you don't get to the end. You leave about 2 inch opening like this. Yes, just like this. You leave about 2 inch opening like this. Then after you are done, is the opening you will place in between this handle, this part here. So you place it in such a way that it will cover this. Then you go ahead and sew with your machine. If your machine is not strong like mine, just use your hand needle to sew, but make sure you are securing it tightly. You secure it very tightly. If your machine can sew this very very okay, go ahead and sew. So because we'll be using a chain for this bag, so I'm using my bias to make a tiny strap. I'm making a tiny strap here that I'll be placing in between these parts. I'll be placing it in between this part, then I'll be sewing it together with it. So make sure you secure this thing very well, because if you put any heavy load inside the bag and it is not secure, the handle can just remove. Just make sure you secure this properly. If you have a heavy machine that can sew this, go ahead and just sew it. But if you can use your hand needle, just go ahead and sew it neatly. so it's very neat. And also make sure you are securing this tiny strap inside, except you don't want to use a chain with your bag. So this is the lining. Then I'll be closing up this part here. Then after closing it up, it's time to add our trimmings. At first I wanted to use this gold because of the golden teeth, but it was not enough and it was not looking, there was no stone on it, though I can still stone it later, but I don't want the stress, so I'll just use this one I bought initially. So I'll be placing this right here on it. So I bought half yard. That was why mine did not get to the end here. So you can just buy 3/4 or 1 yard. Then you just place it like this. Make sure the trimmings you are using is big. Mine was not even big enough to cover the handle properly. So after placing it, this is what my bag look like. As you can see, it is looking very beautiful. It looks very beautiful. There is nothing no one can tell me. This bag is so beautiful. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye bye.